There is a strategy I have been using for quite some time, and I've been honestly keeping this a secret until now. So this secret made me seriously rich to the point where I had no idea what to do with all of my excess gold. But thanks to the Easter event, I am broke again. Anyway, should people start heavily adopting this strategy, we should see prices of Nydarax loot dropping like pigeons poop. But before we begin, however, please note that this is a very advanced strategy guide, and if you are just a beginner, I highly suggest watching these two videos first. And as always, you can find the links above. Now, before we begin, if you find this video helpful, do consider subscribing. Subscribing is free, and you can always change your mind afterwards. Let's begin. You can see in the title of this video, I'll teach you how to beat upwards of 60 Nydarax per hour and get a ton of rewards in a short amount of time. This is really crucial when you do not have a lot of time to play at once, like maybe you have pockets of 30 minutes, then this is perfect for you. So aside from the usual preparations like bringing your potions, it is important to bring 12 turmoils of Nydarax. You can bring more when you understand how this works. At the battle mage, activate an instance for only 30 minutes. This consumes 1 turmoil of Nydarax, which leaves you with 11. Proceed to beat the ever-living hell out of Nydarax, and here's where things differ from your usual run. Now, Nydarax has a respawn timer of 60 seconds, but we won't be waiting around wasting time. Instead, what you should do right now is to leave the instance and swap servers. Swap to another server you would have decent ping in and open another 30 minutes instance in this server to continue fighting Nydarax. Just remember to use your buff potions again as they expire whenever you log out. Same for your pets as well. When Nydarax is beaten again, leave this instance and hop on back to the original server you came from, and Nydarax would have respawned by then. So long as you keep doing this server hopping while beating Nydarax within a minute, then you would be killing 100% turmoil Nydarax per hour. This strategy is what I call Nydhopping, and you don't have to only activate these instances for just 30 minutes. You can run them for as long as you like, or with even more turmoil if you're up to the task. Now you might be wondering, why does Daddy leave his instance to swap servers all the time? Couldn't he simply swap servers within the instance to be a little bit more efficient? Well, here's what happens when you do that. I mean, this really isn't always a problem. I do this fast traveling all the time when I'm done with my Nydarax runs anyway. But you might also be wondering, wouldn't this be a huge waste of buff potions and scrolls? Yes, you will be consuming a set of buff potions and scrolls per Nydarax kill, but you will still return a profit from her drops and end up with more than enough potions to know what to do with anyway. But before we wrap up this video, I'm gonna digress a little bit. You might have noticed me hugging the top left corner for much of the fights. This is another strategy I discovered that allows me to safely attack non-stop without needing to move often at all. At this specific spot, you should be able to kill 90% of all sticky webs, as well as the 2 sacrifice and drainage spawns coming from the top right and bottom right of the instance. This is due to the enormous hitbox of Nydarax, which allows your magic attacks to AoE across her entire body. Furthermore, if you have at least 9000 HP, then you're also almost perfectly safe from being one-shotted by sacrifice spiderlings. So the only real threat to you at this point is the poison pool attack. But while this is generally very safe, you should be wary of double sacrifice spiderlings coming from the top left and bottom left, as you might not be able to heal fast enough to tank through the both of them. And that's it for this Nydhopping guide. I'm always looking out for more ways to beat the game as efficiently as possible, and I'll keep you updated on the next big finding. But of course, if you have your own tips and tricks you'd like to share, feel free to leave them down in the comments below so that others can get access to your knowledge too. Also, huge shout out to all of you subscribed to the channel, as this keeps me going and the content churning. So if this video helped you out, feel free to leave a thumbs up, as it really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Curse of Aros content. Now with that said, this has been Free to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video.